Welcome, friends. We are recording live from the LBTQ Women's Inform, Inspire and Celebrate event in recognition of International Women's Week 2024. I'm your resident host, Meg Talks. For this episode, I'm here with Sandy from LBTQ Women. Hey, Sandy.
Hello. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for coming. Thank you for joining me. You said that you was in Ecuador and then you moved to Spain and now you're here in the UK. I'm just really curious about your experiences in terms of being a LGBT plus woman who has travelled. What do you take about your time in the UK? How do you feel?
The reason actually I still around is because I experience the best place I've experienced so far where I can be myself more fully. Still things to work on, but I don't need to hide or. Later on, actually learned how much pressure we had. I was maybe a bit plus a bit. But yeah, that's pretty much the reason. In Ecuador, I was quite young, so I knew, typical messages around gay people, maybe. That's why I was brought with. In Spain, experiences from other people that experience bullying, maybe. And in here, from the start, I was told how open-minded they were. So I was like, okay, well, I need to go. And I'm still here 7 years ago.
Wow, 7 years. That's a long time. It's a long time. And so how does your experience here and all that you know from kind of back home, how does that inform you being a part of LBTQ women and the work that they're doing?
It's been a journey, I guess. Younger, I wasn't aware of the resources out there, community-wise. You come out as gay and then that's it. So I did one thing back in Madrid 9 years ago, which was like, okay, I'm gay, I need gay friends. So I just, I remember one Thursday, I just got like 52 phone numbers and I created a WhatsApp group and we met up all. And that actually was my first start in like, oh, there is people there like me, exactly like me, different backgrounds, but with same intentions in life maybe. And then when I moved here, I was missing that. So I tried to find it. I was trying to find community again, not necessarily in the queer community. And I ended up not finding it. What I actually tried to do was like to try to dance queer tango, but I was very intimidated by a group that there's over there in the east. So I basically came back from Brighton. I was living in Brighton for a bit. Came back and I was like, I just need to find my people again for real, because friends left after pandemic. So I was like, I'm basically alone, like 7 years ago again. And in that search of, again, my community, also, time has taught me quite a few things. And I realized how the LGBTQ community is quite dispersed. I started to know a bit of small groups. And at some point, I was like, okay, I can actually maybe contribute with this. I know I can actually make a group. I can start with that. So I started to go around meeting people, and I started my own queer salsa thing. And that actually has took me to an event last year where I met Pippa, selling my salsa. But I was like, oh my God, this is eye-opening. All these women like me, just trying to reach out to each other and do something good. So that was pretty much the start of I do want to be here as well. And I'm every day is, gets stronger. And as much as the more I know about our struggles and how unfair the world is, it's like, we have to get this done.
Oh, that touched my heart. That does, because you have got a superpower that I don't have in bringing people together and creating community. I'm a lone wolf. I have been a lone wolf all of my life, and I'm very good at making connections on a one-to-one basis. So having lots of different friends scattered about, but not necessarily having a group. And I think it brings a different experience when you're able to be a part of a collective and receive joy, love, companionship from multiple people at one time. So I just wanted to highlight that. I think it's a real superpower, and it's amazing that you were able to do it in Spain, and you were able to come and replicate that here at a time when it was really needed, because people were very isolated during and after the pandemic. So being able to tap into that need and say, there's a real opportunity here, I think that's really special. And something also that stood out to me was you being able to bring all of the different parts of you together. Queer salsa. Like, that's actually sick. Because something, so I've been to a few salsa bars around London, around central London, right? That's more to do with my Cuban background, trying to keep up with, keep the rust off, keep fresh, right? I'm not dancing with a guy. I'm not dancing. I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it.
I
So
get
there's
you.
always this weird, I'm in this weird space of, do women want to dance with me? Because I'm not gonna. So I think that through what you've been able to create here eliminates so much of that social anxiety in just being able to enjoy something as simple as dancing. So tell me a little bit about why queer salsa? Like, why? Because you could have started a book club, you could have started so many things, but why queer salsa?
I'm glad you asked that question. Yeah, coming back to my latest discoveries about myself, probably, and coming back to the conversation about my roots and how detached I basically was when I was in Spain. My friends from school were all Spanish. And also, there's a bunch of bad messages that you get when you belong to a minority community. You know, as an immigrant, you get isolated somehow. Your family is not maybe the most integrated family in the country. And I wasn't, my parents didn't really force me to keep in touch with the roots. So I basically branched off. And I started to come back when I was 19. I had my first job. And I had, people from different backgrounds as colleagues. And I was like, wow, this is new. This is not just my classmates from the same place. And I started to hang out with Latin people. So I didn't do it before. Like after 10 years, more than 10 years in Spain, I was like just with Spanish influence. So, Latin people is going to take you dancing. And I was like, yeah, I can dance, but I wasn't that much. And somehow in me, I was rejecting it as well. But then it's just there. It never left. So I started going out to Latin parties. It's just there. Never left. And I started to enjoy and embodying actually that side of me. And yeah, it was like, I think I just want to dance. I think this is part of me and I should actually embrace it. And that took me to, hang out more in that space in the Latin American community. Randomly, one of my friends took me to a queer tango once. We started going there for a few months. And then soon after I moved here, so I was like, I wanted to continue that. But I didn't because I got very intimidated by this big group of people. So I was like, I want a space where everybody's beginners, so I feel more chill. So I didn't manage to do it, but I was decided last year. So this last year has been amazing for me. And last year I was like, I'm just gonna do it myself. Because I found one group, but then I found a teacher that actually was like, I want to be an entrepreneur in this space. I was like, okay, let's do it. So that's how I started. And we started with queer salsa, first of all, because that teacher was a salsa teacher. And the queer community was basically what I had access to. And also, it was pretty much the space I wanted for me to dance. So it's like, we can do this, and also that what I prefer. And that's how it started. And also, like, it didn't really start from my queer side. It started more from my womanhood side. I really wanted a space safe for women to dance. As you mentioned, dancing with men is not my cup of tea. Pretty much never been.
Mm-hmm.
So we eliminated that. And now recently actually rebranded the business as a feminist flinter LGBTQ plus space. So just to, allow the women, not necessarily queer women, to actually join us. But yeah, that is basically the mix of my Latin roots, my queerness, and my womanhood, all put together. And I'm loving it. I was like, I found, I think, my calling within myself. I've always been with me, but just didn't see it.
Sandy tries to act shy. She's an absolute powerhouse. An absolute powerhouse. I love what you do. You must invite me sometime so I can come and dance. Yeah, I mean, I can dance a little bit.
I can dance a little bit too. I'm learning.
I can dance a little bit. I got rhythm. I got rhythm. That all helped me. But I definitely would love to come. And where can people tap into this opportunity if they would like to join?
We are on Instagram at Sanura Dance, also on Facebook, and we have a WhatsApp community now. So website sanuradance.com. Please come and join.
And I'll make sure to throw it in the captions as well so you guys can see that. But yeah, make sure you go and have a good time. Shake your feet. Can you shake your feet? I don't know, but Sandy, it has been a real pleasure, and thank you for sharing yourself, sharing your business, but also sharing your culture. Because I'm sure there's going to be a lot of us that we've learned something new from you. So thank you for joining us. And do you have any final words before we wrap up?
Well, thank you so much for this. Definitely, it's been a pleasure and a great opportunity to reach to many people about LBTQ women, about the queer salsa. We do bachata as well, by the way. First in London, I think. I believe I didn't find anything, so probably we're the first one doing queer bachata.
Hey, listen, if you know, you know. But definitely make sure to go over to their Instagram, their website, their Facebook, and get connected. And hopefully I'll see you at some of the classes as well. Right, see you later, folks.